I'm Tim Nash, as we all know so far. I'm going to talk to you about virtual reality and augmented reality. Aveopt is the company that I work for. We are Ann Arbor based. We're probably going to have an office up here in Traverse City shortly. And let's get going. We've all probably seen, or most of us have seen, the wow factor that virtual reality brings when you see somebody put it on for the first time. What is virtual reality? Let's talk about that. Let's define these things. Virtual reality is a simulated or a real reality that's created by computers. It is, it's immersed. That's one key word to think about. Augmented reality is either simulated or real, but it is something that's placed over top of something else. So in this picture you have signs. Over here you have text. It can be anything. Here are some of the virtual reality goggles, and you can see that they are immersive. That's a key point. The next goggles here, you'll see that these are pass-through or stereo vision. They'll actually project a screen out in front of you, 3 feet in front of you, and at the same time you can see what your environment is around you. Here are some of the 360 cameras on the market today. In fact, I brought one with me, the Samsung. It is right over here on the tripod. So how do you create a 360 image? You either take multiple images and you stitch them together into a complete 360, or it's maybe two fisheye lenses that create two images and you stitch them together. This is Samsung's new Beyond camera. It's not on the market yet. It will be coming soon. This will be a game changer. This camera will be a commercial used camera. It will be placed in places like the NBA in the front seat, or it'll be on top of the baskets. It'll be at boxing arenas. It'll be just about anywhere you can think of. You'll be going online with your goggles. Select a pay-per-view. I want to have a first seat in the NBA, $5. Click, there you are. There'll be people sitting for real right next to you. You're sitting, oh my God. So the idea now is instead of thinking about standard film, you're thinking about these spheres coming down a tunnel or a tube or bubbles in a garden hose. So what are the applications? Of course, gaming was the first thing that came out, and it really drove the industry. Now we have medical, we have training simulations, we have simulated surgeries, we have actual surgeries. Of course, we have training in mechanical environments, we have military simulations, airline simulations, anything you can actually think of. We use this in engineering. I came from U of M, and we use simulations at U of M in some of our classes. This is one of our brochures for Aveopt. We take the Samsung goggles and we connect it to the drones. So when you move your head left or right, up or down, the camera actually moves. It moves a sensor payload. It allows you to get instantaneous measurements, data points. It connects it to the cloud, so any other engineering firm in the world can see what the operator is seeing at the same time. We also have a real estate tour that we're working with a company here in Traverse City. We're going to create a 3D immersive environment where you can go through the house, take a tour. We can also time-lapse light rays coming through an east or west window. So you can see, oh, this is what it looks like in the morning. This is what it looks like at sunset. We can collectively take goggle users around the world and have the agent take them through room by room and actually trigger some of these actions. So in the future, there's going to be all kinds of fun little things, devices that work with the virtual reality goggles. Samsung's coming out with hand clips that monitor your fingers. So a pop-up screen or a keyboard will come up virtually and you tap away. And we've all had the problem with, I want more screens or monitors for my computer. Well, here you go. You have all this screen. And then some over there and some over there. This is the new tilt brush. This is where you can import items into your environment and actually color them and do sculpting with them. There's all kinds of applications for this. And here's actually my last slide. The Internet of Things, and look at the guy over there. As all these things increase, the more drag on our internet is going to be incredibly taxing. So Traverse City putting in a high-speed fiber optic network, fantastic. All right, any questions? I went over, didn't I? No flag?
Yeah.
Any questions? Good.
Are you, or do you know anyone else who's currently using this augmented reality for interpretive media like museums or parks or green energy, like, oh, there's the solar panel array is currently generating X, or that tree, that's a larch. If you touch it, here's all the, is there anybody doing that kind of work regionally?
No, there's not. You know, this is such a new thing that we found that, you know, pretty much it's wide open. Whatever you can think of, and as long as you can get your software writers on top of it, you know, you have a game, you know, to go after.
How big a deal is Microsoft opening up their hardware? Is that a big deal? What's your take on that?
The Microsoft glasses.
Yeah.
The Microsoft glasses are a fantastic device for engineering. That's what it's basically made for. It's at a pretty high price point. I believe it's at somewhere around $3,000. So, I mean, they could come down and be in a better market, but I think they're trying to stay out of the immersive VR world right now and go after a whole nother targeted audience. Anybody else?
For developing training, what's the cost of the development of the equipment of the deliver training? What is that?
Okay. Well, you know, it's a higher upfront cost because you have to, you know, create that environment. Let me give you an application that we're working with the oil fields with, actually offshore. We had a drone service company, and they flew over an offshore rig, and they did a GIS map. So they take a bunch of pictures, and they create a three-dimensional image. And so then we worked with another software company that augments wheels and levers. So the employees of that platform could actually do on-site training onshore. They can turn the valve, put the pressure down, change the filter, do whatever they have to do, and they actually do their job before they actually step foot on that platform. And they can do that over and over and over again after they actually create that environment. So it's very cost effective. Some of our applications we've saved, we have a telecommunications company that we're working with, we saved 80% of a $30 million contract for their labor force.
So do you guys do that development, or do you provide the equipment to somebody else?
We do a full turnkey solution mostly, and we can sell it at parts. But Aveopt does just the development of the software. We partner with hardware companies. One of our partners is Samsung. We have Stampede as one of another company that we work with. It's a distributor that puts our stuff out there. We have a UAV company, UAV America, that we work with us to create one of our solutions for. But we're agnostic. We'll take it across the board to any platform. Go ahead, back there.
Are you a local company, or how
Well,
are you working?
right now we're based in Ann Arbor. But we're going to have an office up here because our real estate client is up here. So we're going to have a office for sure up here.
Do you feel that the price point limitation of augmented reality devices will kind of slow the growth in that area? You know, you have something like immersive virtual reality, where you have the Google Cardboard that you can get for $10 on Amazon and use any phone with that. Makes that pretty accessible to everybody and for app developers. But you have
That's
something
true.
like augmented reality, where if your HoloLens is the entry point, or what I think what creating another one as well too, like, you know, those are in the $5,000 on up. There's no like consumer-friendly device, and I don't know if Microsoft intends.
Well, most of our,
All
most of our
MTV.
projects are augmented reality,
Okay.
and we use the Samsung device.
Is that under what I said?
We like the Samsung device because it's a nice price point, and it has the extra gyro, which if you ever use the cardboard, which is Google's cardboard, you know, little fold and play sort of device, it doesn't have another accelerometer in it, and so when you put it in, it's pretty jerky, and it can give you motion sickness. So the Samsung has an extra accelerometer in it that makes it nice and smooth as you move, and it cuts down on sickness. People still get sick, but they're bringing out headsets that, because it starts in the inner ear, that will cancel that sickness out.
So what does your software do?
Our software, well, it depends on what project it is. You know, we take the drone application, it controls it takes the commands out of the phone, you know, the left to right, accelerometer commands, sends it up to the drone, and then it gets the data from the sensor packages to trigger measurements and whatnot. For the real estate project, that's just a walk-through 3D environment. Our software has we have a stitching program that creates a 3D environment in the background, and then when you go to the website, it allows the player to play the 3D environment. So far. We're working on a medical project that's way different than all that. But. Go ahead.
How much does that camera that you showed cost? Or how
Oh,
much
the
will it
Beyond?
cost? Yeah.
They said that it's going to be between $10,000 and $15,000. But the 360 I have over here is $350 MSRP.
I think we're all good. Huh?
All right.